Hi everybody, I'm so excited to post this video. I filmed it 2 weeks ago exactly. Today is Saturday, April the 6th, and
it's Saturday, April 6th, 2024.
Why does Siri do that? Does anybody know? That keeps happening to me. Anyway, I just want you to keep in mind that I never ride my bike. The last time I rode my bike was in November, and then 2 weeks ago I decided I'm gonna ride the whole Legacy Trail. So I got up and I did it. So what you're about to see is the highs and lows of me taking on this challenge that I set for myself, and it wasn't pretty, but I did it. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope God blesses you and your family. And at the very end of the video, I do have a sit down. I kind of talk a little bit more about my beliefs and kind of what this bike ride meant to me. So if you're not a religious person, you can just skip that part, but it's at the very end of the video. All right, thank you everybody. This is so much fun. I have reached the point of absolute despair. I'm at 28 miles. I've been going for 3 hours and 29 minutes. So today I'm going to attempt to ride the Legacy Trail from downtown Sarasota to downtown Venice and back. I think it's going to be around 30 miles, and it'll probably take me around 4 or 5 hours. I am going to be stopping a lot because I haven't been biking in a while, and it can be quite uncomfortable when you ride regularly, your butt gets used to being on that seat, but it's been a while for me, so I have a feeling it's going to be agonizing for a while. Very important to fuel up before a 4 or 5 hour long workout session, so I had a protein smoothie and a breakfast sandwich. I made sure to put on some spandex clothing that would absorb the sweat and dry pretty quickly. And then I took the front tire off of my bike, and I put my seats down, and I loaded my bike into the car. I actually have a hybrid bike, and I use a man's bike because I'm pretty tall I'm like 5'8", 5'9". So I have a man's bike. I'm ready to go. And I drove to Payne Park, which is where this adventure starts. I forgot how much I love this. This is so fun. Woohoo! Right. Waiting at the crosswalk. So I started in Payne Park in downtown Sarasota, and I went south on the Legacy Trail. And the first neighborhood you go through is actually a Mennonite community. And so there were a lot of Mennonites on their bikes. Speed limit is 15 miles per hour on this trail. I'm going 10. I have a feeling that'll be my average. I've gone 4 miles, and I feel like I'm barely getting started. This is so much fun. The first 10 miles really flew by for me. I had a blast just riding down the Legacy Trail, passing a lot of different people and families, and just enjoying seeing all the different neighborhoods in Sarasota. Ashton Trailhead to make a pit stop. They've built all of these little parks and rest areas along the way, and they're very clean, really great facilities, and there's plenty of water. Really cool. 772 trail users today, and you can add me to that. This is probably the worst intersection, is here at Clark Road. This is a really busy street. I might be here for a while. I'm at 6.5 miles. I'm going 9.8 miles per hour so far. First stopping point. These are banana trees. I'm just looking to see if there's any bananas. I don't see any. I'm wrong. There are bananas! See that right there? Whoop. You can see them. Bananas! That's a gator right there, that thing floating in the water. I don't know if you can see it. That bump you see. That's a Florida gator. He's behind me. I should have brought a hot dog, even though it says not to feed them, but it would be fun to feed them. I just passed by where my dad lives, so I'm making really good time. I'm at 50 minutes, and it took us like an hour to ride that same distance. Of course, we were talking and going a lot slower. But now I'm getting to my favorite part of the trail. I just completed the new part, but now this is the old original part of the trail. I'm about to go through some beautiful wilderness forests, Oscar Scherer State Park. 2 miles of the bike path goes right through Oscar Scherer State Park, and I'll be approaching that soon. And I can't wait. So I have completed 8 miles, and I'm just really proud of myself. And this is so nostalgic for me because this is the part of the trail that I first rode when I came down here. So I'm now at the starting point that I started at to go all the way down to Venice. This sign behind me is telling me I have 10 more miles to go. That means it'll be 18 miles one way. Now I'm starting to really doubt myself, because if I turn back now, it'll be 16 miles. If I go all the way down and I'm too tired to go back, it doesn't matter. This entire trip will be 36 miles if I can do it. I mean, I'm feeling pretty good. I'm a little shaky, but let's do it. Go big or go home. This is so sweet, y'all. That man just stopped and asked me if I needed help fixing my bike. People are so friendly on this trail. I was like, no, I'm just stopping to test my blood sugar. Thank you. I should have. What do turtles eat? Lettuce.
Bugs. Bugs, grasses.
Look how he's so cute. He's big.
Yeah. And the good news is he looks like he's pretty safe.
Good, yeah.
It's okay, buddy. We just wanted to.
Here's another one. I'm in Oscar Scherer State Park officially. I'm like at 11 miles. I am exhausted. I've downshifted to a lower gear. And at this point, I'm just fantasizing about eating a cheeseburger. Officially at the Oscar Scherer station. It's really beautiful. This part of the path is my absolute favorite. It's dead quiet. There's no noise from the cars because I'm in a state park, so it's just all you can hear is the wind and the birds, and it's really nice. And there's less people now on the bike path. So a couple of things. I really wish I'd packed snacks, and I really wish that I'd worn sunscreen. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to make it all the way to Venice. I am like I'm at 13 miles right now and I still have to go all the way home. I just did the math and I only have 5 more miles to go to get to the Venice train depot. So I'm just gonna sit here and regain my confidence, but I'm at 13 miles and I'm like hitting that point now where you have to have mental strength to get to that goal. So I should be 5 more miles away. And then I'm gonna stop and take a longer break and eat, and then I'll have to ride all the way home. But at that point, I will be exhausted, but the sun won't be as bright, and I'm just gonna go slow and I'll make it. Hopefully I make it home by midnight. Coming up to the bridge, which is my favorite photo op. Woohoo! I'm close to Venice now. So it's been 8 years since I did this part of the bike path, and I thought this was the only bridge I had to go up. So I was I mistakenly thought that I was in Venice when I got to the top. I'm so tired. 16 miles. I think I still have 2 more miles to go before I'm actually at the train station, but I made it. I'm in Venice. This is the best part of the whole bike ride. Now I'm crossing Donna Bay in Nokomis. I'm almost to Venice. Oh no, I don't even remember this bridge. Am I going up this? Please tell me the train station's right there. I do not have the energy. Oh god, there's a Joey D's. I'm gonna eat there. This is good enough for me. Where's the train station? I'm actually panicking right now. I just want food. I think I have to go up this bridge. Here's the train station. Remember when I said I made it to Venice when I got to the top of that bridge? That was actually Laurel Park. I had a second bridge that I had to go over to get to the train station. But I've officially reached my goal. And now I'm gonna figure out a place to get some food. Here we are. I friggin' made it. This is the historic Ringling and Barnum Bailey train. Seaboard train. An old train station. You keep going that way, you can get all the way to Casperson Beach, which was what I've done before. There's no way in hell I'm doing that today. They turned this into a bus station? I didn't realize that. Here we are, Venice Ave. This is where my mom grew up. Not this, like right here under this bridge, obviously, but downtown Venice is over that way, through there. I'm too tired to go over there and find a cute little restaurant. I'm gonna hit up that Joey D's that I saw. But it's just a beautiful area. Venice is so pretty. You can see like those murals on the buildings. I did it though. I did it. Now I just have to go home. So stats, I'm at 18.8 miles. It took me 2 hours and 11 minutes. They did turn this into a bus station, which I'm happy that the building is still in use, but there is a museum in here as well with limited hours. So I just kind of took a break and walked around the little park for a bit and just enjoyed the weather and being off of my bike. That is the creepiest statue I've ever seen, and it really disturbs me that people have clearly been rubbing his crotch. Is that for good luck and love or something? I don't know. His face looks a little manic though. Oh, and he's not wearing a shirt. That's really quite the statue. It's very, I don't know. Kids, maybe don't watch this part of the video. Trains. Alright, I'm doubling back officially now. I just left the Railroad Museum and I'm just getting a little bit emotional because I took an exact picture like that back in like 2016 and what was that, 8 years ago? I've made so many mistakes since then, but it doesn't matter. Like, life goes on and I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me, and I just proved that to myself today. I'm gonna make it back before dark and I'm gonna feel so good. First I'm gonna stop and eat lunch or dinner at Joey D's. Oh boy, here we go again. One of two. So I rode my bike to Joey D's. It's right off the bike path. I went inside completely drenched in sweat, and the guy who took my order was just like, "Are you okay?" I can honestly say I've never ridden my bike to a friggin' restaurant before, but I have some food. I'm gonna get back on the trail and find a place to eat them. All right, this is perfect. Nokomis Community Park. I'm gonna go eat right over there. I'm so hungry. Now this is what is up. I got 3 of these. I tipped them so well and they gave me no napkins. I'm gonna cry. All right, I just ate those in under 2 minutes. I'm really full after 2, so I'm saving the 3rd one as my snack when I get home as my reward. But it is now 5 o'clock and I'm ready to hustle back, and I have 17 miles to go. So I probably won't be filming much, plus I'm at like 30% battery. But it's just an exact repeat of where I was, so. All right, this has been quite the day. Woo! I'm glad I had pickles. That's gonna help with the electrolytes, right? The temperature has dropped like significantly. I'm sweating and I'm like almost chilly, but it feels really good. So that's good. I have 15 miles to go. I'm trying to tell myself this is just a mental thing. I have less than 2 hours to go and I can stop and take as many breaks as I want. All right, I'm back at the overpass, which means I've got about 2 miles to go through Oscar Scherer State Park. Then I'll be back at Palmer Ranch. From there, I'll hit Clark, and from there, I'll be back in Sarasota making my way up. So from here, I'd say I probably have 10 miles, 11, 12, but I'm glad I'm seeing this. My left knee is absolutely killing me right now. I fell jogging a few months ago, and it's just not really been the same, so I don't know if this is the brightest idea. I've reached the point of absolute despair. I'm at 28 miles. I've been going for 3 hours and 29 minutes. Average speed is 8.
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
8 miles per hour, and I think I still have like 8 miles to go. Actually, more like 9. And I can't even like sit on my bike anymore. It hurts so bad.
Sorry, I'm still not sure about that.
I don't know if I can go all the way. I might have to call my grandparents for a ride. I can't do this. I'm dying. I just cheated and looked at my location. I wasn't gonna look at like a Google map this whole time, but I just cheated and looked at my location. And I've actually made a lot of progress in an hour. I'd say I'm a little bit more than halfway. Like Venice is way down there. I'm to Palmer Ranch right now. So I'm gonna try to keep going and see if I can at least make it to, I don't know. I'm gonna keep going. I'll keep taking breaks. This is a sight for sore eyes. I'm back in Palmer Ranch, which means I have about 8 miles to go until I'm home to my car. Not home, but back to my car, which is parked at Payne Park. Payne Park is 7.8 miles. I am making progress, but it's so painful, and I'm trying not to cuss right now, but I can barely even move my... I'm just so ready to be done, you guys. I'm like, I never want to see the Legacy Trail again. I'm never riding my bike again. Okay, I'm making good progress. I have 6.8 miles to go. I'm finally out of what I call the hellscape of Nokomis and Venice, which is like 8 miles of going through Oscar Scherer State Park, which is beautiful, but not for biking. Now I'm back in town, and every like half mile or mile or so, there's like little crossways and stopping points, and you can see houses in the city again. And now I feel like I can make it, so I know I'm almost to downtown. But when I was in the freaking wilderness down there, I almost lost heart, man. I was like, I didn't feel like I was ever gonna get out of there. What you can hear in the background, if you can hear those people yelling and laughing, I'm back to where the gator is. So there's a cluster of people standing around and looking at the gator. I'm back at Clark. This time I'm thankful to stop and wait for the cars. When I saw this sign like 3 or 4 hours ago, it was at 750. Now it's at 1160. Back at the same place for a bathroom break. 5 more miles to go. I made it back to Bee Ridge. I've got 4.5 miles to go, but that cloud back there is following me and it's sprinkling on me. I've got 2 miles to go. At this point, I just want it to be done. Everything hurts. My knee is shot. My back hurts. This was the dumbest idea ever. This is what I've been riding into for the last couple of miles. I can see the Sarasota skyline. I'm like a mile away. Payne Park is just behind these buildings, you guys. I'm almost back to my car. Yes, yes. I have never been happier to see my car. I was literally fantasizing about this for like 18 miles. Total miles 37.9, so I'm gonna round that up to 2:38. Total time 4 hours and 50 minutes. 7.8. Total calories 1475. Wow. I don't think I ever want to ride my bike again. I'll give you my thoughts when I get home, because right now I gotta take the tire off and drive about 20 minutes north to my house. But all I can say right now is me and my bike made it. I have a whole new appreciation. I can't even talk now. I think I lost brain cells on that trail. But I have a whole new appreciation for driving a vehicle after that. So happy to see Daisy. I was thinking about her the whole time. I missed you. Whew. You would not like what I did today. No, ma'am. You ready to go for a walk? Walking's gonna feel really good. After what? I'm gonna be walking funny for weeks though. Okay, now that I'm back and I'm just like showered and feeling more comfy, that was the best shower I've ever taken in my life. I am so grateful for that experience. I went into this wanting to prove to myself that it really is mind over matter, and that if you commit to something mentally, you can do it. Because I know that humans are strong. I know the human body is strong, but we don't like pain. I started experiencing pain very early in to the ride, probably around 8 miles in, and you just have to push through it. If you push through it and just tell yourself, this is just a thing in my mind that's happening to warn my body, it's just a signal that's occurring, I'm not in any danger, I can just push through, even though yes, I'm feeling these feelings, I'm feeling physical pain. And because that's all that pain is, it's a signal in your brain warning you, hey, something might not be right here. Maybe you should respond to this feeling. But I knew that I was the one pushing myself into the situation, and I wasn't in any danger. And I jog about 4 miles a day, 6 days a week. So I've been building up a lot of endurance through long distance running. I don't know if you would call that long distance running, I do. And so I'm getting into be pretty good shape, but the last time I took a bike ride, it was back in November with my dad. And we started downtown at Payne Park, which is where I started today. And we rode all the way to where he lives. His neighborhood is in the Palmer Ranch area. So we went there and back. And that was a total of, it must have been, I guess that's probably about 12 miles, 12 or 13 miles. And back then I was in really bad shape because I hadn't started running, I wasn't exercising, and I was about 20 pounds heavier than I am now. And so I really struggled that day. So I went into it today knowing I have made some progress. I'm still not where I want to be physically, but I've come a long way with my training and weight loss. But the other thing that I went into this today wanting to accomplish and wanting to prove to myself is that I do have the mental strength. I do have that willpower. I really needed to prove to myself that I had the willpower to continue even when it got really hard. And I proved that to myself today, and I'm really proud of myself. Riding 38.5 miles was a huge accomplishment for me. I think other people probably do it regularly, but I'm not a cycler. My bike is older than the hills, and it's technically a hybrid mountain bike, road bike, and it's a man's bike. And that thing is heavy, and it was clanking. And I went into this experience with like fear and doubt. I was actually worried, like, what if I get a flat tire? What if my bike breaks down? What if all this stuff happens and I'm all these miles and miles away? I don't know how to fix a flat tire. I don't even have a tire repair kit with me, which every cycler should have with them. Cycler? I just call it bikers. Every biker should have a tire repair kit and know how to do that, in my opinion, especially if you're riding long distances. But I just prayed. I prayed about it, and I felt like God was telling me, giving me his blessing to take this trip today. And I prayed in my car before I started. I just said, God, I ask that you let me get there and back the whole way without having to call for help, and without my bike breaking down. And I pray that you will just give me the strength to push through when it feels painful and when I get tired. And he gave me the strength. I was repeating, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me, a lot. I was saying it out loud, I was saying it in my head, and God is so good because I did it. Now, mind you, it took me, it took me 4 hours and 50 minutes. That's 5 hours. And as you can see, I was stopping a lot and taking like little videos, and I had to stop a lot on my way back because I was so tired. I couldn't go one more, like I just couldn't pedal anymore. Daisy, stop that please. Stop that. It's okay. So I would just keep going until I felt like I just couldn't do it anymore and the pain was too much. And then I'd get off my bike. I would take like a 1 or 2 minute break. I would drink some water, and I try not to check my phone. I checked my phone one time to see where my true location was, but I knew that mentally if I kept looking at the map, that would start to break down my willpower. So I only looked one time, and the time that I looked was when I was about to give up, and it actually gave me the strength to keep going. The other thing that gave me the strength to keep going is I knew if I called or texted my grandparents, they would come down and pick me up. But from where they live, it would take them 30 to 40 minutes just to come down and get me. And so I kept thinking in my head, like, no, by the time they come and get me, I could be almost all the way back to my car. So I just kept going. I kept going. It was rough. I wanted to be done when I got to Joey D's. When I made it all the way down to the Venice train station, that was 18 miles or a little over that. And I was done. I was ready to pack it in my car and drive home, and knowing that I still had to go double back and go all that way back home was tremendously difficult for me. But I did it. I'm really proud of myself, and maybe, who knows, maybe in 8 years I'll do another bike ride to that red caboose, and I'll take another picture like that with my bike Odysseus in front of the red caboose, and who knows, maybe I'll have a successful story. I won't be crying on a bridge thinking about all the mistakes I made in 8 years. Maybe instead I'll be celebrating all the victories, and that's what I'm aiming for, and that's what today was about. I was in so much pain. My knee, I tripped and fell a few months ago when I was jogging, and I got back up and finished the jog, but I had like sprained my knee, and it took like a couple of months for that to really heal, and I didn't think anything of it. But once I hit about 15 miles on the bike ride today, that knee started acting up like crazy, and I really had to rely on my right leg to do most of the pushing on the bike. So my left leg was just kind of along for the ride. But when I got home, I was sitting here scared thinking, what if I just screwed up my leg and now I can't run anymore? I took Daisy, my dog, for a walk, like a little 2-mile slow walk around the neighborhood, and my knee felt fine. So I'm telling you, most of the pain and worry and fears that we have, it's all mental. If you can just push past that and just focus on what you can change today, what you can do today, you can be successful and you can be happy. Oh, I have one more thing I wanted to add. This is actually kind of funny. It's actually probably gross, but I had these fuzzy socks that I folded up and put into my bike shorts as padding. Because there is such a thing as bike shorts that have padding and like plastic in there that protects your behind and your private parts from the seat. So this was my little makeshift padding today, and I'll tell you what, it made all the difference. But I will be walking funny for a couple of days because that was probably the worst part, was just how much pain I had in my booty, in my bottom. but I guess people could see the misery on my face because a few of the people that I passed when I was about 3 or 4 miles away from my car at the end, they were like, "You got this, keep on going." And it really like made me feel so much better. It made all the difference. Like, and I would start pedaling just a little bit faster. I would keep going a little bit longer without taking a break. And that really taught me that we have got to be encouraging other people. We need to encourage each other more. Like, that's what we're all here for each other, is to build each other up. So that's something I'll be working on a lot more, is just making sure I'm giving the people around me encouragement, because it makes all of the difference. Anyway, I did 38.5 miles today. That is, I can't believe I did it. I can't believe I did it. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I love you all.